Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sprint 279 review. This was a normal 2-week sprint. Let's get started. I'll start with the overview. I'll follow up with a community announcement. Next would be Elsa on the UI, then Adam on the providers, and finally Joe on the platform. This sprint, we had 83 PRs merged. And of the closed PRs, we have a number of bugs and test PRs that were worked on and closed or merged. On the community side, I'd like to announce that ManageIQ Spassky 1 has been released. This has been a pretty long effort. Some new stuff, including a new Nutanix provider and a Terraform Enterprise provider, as well as a number of changes to workflows and lots of great stuff. We've also released ManageIQ Rajabov 2 for a CVE that was found and fixed. That CVE is also fixed in Spassky 1. And there's the link. Check out our blog, and you can read all about it there. And over to Elsa on the UI.
Thanks, Jason. For bugs, Jason had fixed Webpack warnings by replacing end with flexend in the CSS. Adam had a PR to set up Gemfile lock with for release branches. For dependency updates, Joe had updated Cypress to 15.9. Others include jQuery UI, Webpack dev server, Babel monorepo, React router, file loader, ESLint plugin React, and finally, Yarnlock was updated with latest dependencies. That's it for UI. Over to Ad.
Thanks, Elsa. For core this sprint, we added some source details to the workflow context. So if you are provisioning or retiring resources, we will add some object details into the context that can be used in your ASL files. So if you wanted to write an email step or post anything to the API, you'll get things like the name, the owner information, the URLs to the various objects that are being acted upon for provisioning and retirements. For Amazon this sprint, we added a couple new instance types and regions synced from the Amazon details. The KubeVirt and OpenShift virtualization provider, we fixed a bug with VM memory collection. So the issue was KubeVirt VMs were showing 100% memory usage because we were getting the configured memory, not the used memory. So that is fixed in that PR. Next slide. We adopted a new gem from the Ansible organization. This is one that we had worked with and built originally, but hadn't been updated in quite a while. So we got access to that, moved it over to the ManageIQ organization, and we fixed up a couple of issues with FactoryBot and getting tests running. So it had still been configured for Travis, so we configured it for GitHub Actions and got all the tests passing. And then for updates, we got an update to use Faraday V2, along with fixing some middleware issues. So that should be released shortly. As for Flow, Jason added logging of the execution ID if you're running Flow on the command line. So if you're running multiple if you're running multiple workflows simultaneously, it helps differentiate between which ones are being logged. And we also updated the Docker wait method. There's an IO wait gem version update, which broke compatibility with the version that we were using for detecting if there's available notices on the pipe. So we were using IO ready, and we replaced it with IO wait readable. That is working on all the versions of IO wait, so we don't have to depend on that deprecated method anymore. And that is it for providers. Over to Joe.
Thanks, Adam. For platform enhancements this sprint, Jason added the Nutanix provider to the build status page. In the schema repository, I added support for Rails 8 and dropped the end-of-life Ruby 3.1. Next slide. For bugs and maintenance this sprint, Adam fixed testing of release branches for plugins to ensure they are tested with the gems as described in the Gemfile lock release. And Jason fixed an issue in RPM build running rake release by allowing regular expressions and symbols to be loaded from YAML input files. Next slide.
And that's all for our Sprint 279 review. The next Sprint review 280 will be on February 4th at the usual place and time. And I'd like to thank all the presenters today, all the contributors in our community. And thanks.